Mic check 1 2. Going live in 3 2 1. Let's go. Let's get it. Today's day 84. 4 trading months. 4 days. Let's go. All right. So let's head on over straight to the what? To ChatGPT. Okay. All right, let's go see what we're looking at today. Okay, so no setup yet. That's good. I mean, I don't trade the past 15 minutes. Ideally, I like to wait for 7 at least. So this was yesterday. I did get a trade somewhere here, but it didn't do so much. Let's go look for it. What really happened? That was a trade I got into around 12:40 p.m. So I was waiting for 12:50 to kind of boost us down. 12:50 did open up, and then it, when I saw this, I knew game over. I knew this was just gonna shoot down, but we just stayed in here. Looking up the price action, seems like it did get to that 4-hour fair value gap. I was hoping it would do that yesterday, but it did that late in the day. But without me trade, FundedNext will close. You'll cut you off at 110. So had potential, but that potential happened out of time. So let's see if I can group all this. I hope I can. I should be able to. Thank you. So all of this should be in group 5 as well. What's group 5 from yesterday, maybe? I don't know. Okay, that's done. So let's go do today's top down real quick, because I see we are in consolidation behavior here. 50 is above 100. The EMAs are below, so there's no sync. All right. 5 minutes must have worked so well. We'll look at that later. 5 minutes must have been a good one today. No, in between the 5 minutes. Okay, never mind. Daily, you can stay on the 15. I'll be right there. All right, let's go do a top analysis real quick. A lot of points to be. So this was Friday, and we did make money out of this, just small tiny bits. Took something off the bone, got in, got out. So this is the previous day high here. Previous day high, previous day low, from that low to the high. I like to also mark the half point of the range. That don't look good. Previous day acute, right on point. Okay. This right here is now balanced. Do I need to mark it? Yeah, probably. It might be used as support. Volume imbalance on the daily. Good to know that. What are you doing with that section? And then there's another one here that I'm not drawing for, I don't know, the 10th time now. And another one up here, which is right about the previous day high, so I'm good. Pretty good. Doesn't hurt, does it? This too could be something. The gap was support, now could turn to something else. Hey, support them came through it. Maybe just, oh yeah, previous day high, my brother is here. What are you doing? This is the previous week low. Previous week low. On the weekly. This good. Previous month high. I don't think we'll be going that far, if you ask me. 700 points, I don't have to worry about that. What is this weekly? Volume balance on the weekly, daily. It's the same thing on the weekly and the daily. Previous day low is right here. So we've taken out the previous day high. Previous day high right there. Previous day low, y'all. Volume balance on a daily. This is a daily fair value gap right there. Support. We just went through. I was hoping it would be like resistance maybe. So I wouldn't, be astonished if this thing reversed. Okay, now going back up. I think it's gonna be a break of structure once we close below this low. That might be. So I think in terms of bias, we are still bullish. Anybody trading their stops here, swing in terms of swings, so sticking out with this guy. Looks like they might just resume and keep going up. Anyway, that is not for me to. All right, I think I'm done. And then we have this huge value gap here, but whatever. Let's look at the 4 hour. These 4 hour fair value gaps are something. I don't want to assume them at all. I do not want to assume. But now the problem is mini markings. So right there. Can I have this in a different color just for the sake? Yep. And we are soaring high. Another one here right before the volume, whatever. Should I mark it? I think I should. I'm in a trade, I need to get out. 4 hour. What if we start coming down? Like what targets do I have? Okay, I will look for that. And we can refine the 4 hour here to 1 hour. I'm going to do that. And there's another one up here. And another one in here. Both know that's going to be an attractive area. Consolidation, then we leave. So if we get up here, we might get consolidation, then market to move up. Equal highs, that is a very attractive area whenever we get there. All right, 30 minutes. Mm-hmm. 15 minutes. Okay, so I'm seeing like something I like here. That right there is my breaker. Last up before we came down, took out this low. And now we're going up, and it's paired with a fair value gap if this closes bullish. So at the time my bias is bulls, so probably bullish. We'll be looking for buys. Daily fair value gap. I'm gonna pull this to the side just right here. Anyway, let's look for buys now. Is this from another day? I don't know. Two people watching. What we're likely to see here. The daily looks good. Bullish. Open price is way down here. Inside some major PD arrays. Are we likely to get up here? I don't know. Look at this again. Inside we've taken this high. We've taken yesterday's highs. We have taken the highs of the previous day. If we are bearish, then this looks good into fair value, but daily fair value gap, I would say. That was once used as support. Now we are below it, just traded to it, likely to be used as resistance. If this was like, you know, we are shooting down, but now I traded below. Let's look at ES real quick here. Daily. They never did. Never did. Major sell side right there on ES. Just traded to its the gap here. So either this fails or it holds nicely. So we don't know. Do I have a trade here? I don't. If this thing reverses, I wouldn't, you know, be astonished. I need another swing. I need 2 swing highs for me to draw a trend line. Otherwise, I don't have a trade. Everything else is lined up. EMAs have lined up nicely. We have a zone right there. Look at this, the last down candle before this market shot up, and this did some manipulation and took that low, shot up. So we want to see Loco is not here yet. Let me see, we got a trade, probably entered on this one. I don't know, we did enter, but this looks like manipulation enough. Closure above with a 5-minute bearish, 5-minute fair value gap. That looks strong, but it is above a daily high into PD array. That was one support. It might act as resistance now, but there's still some other zones up here that price could manipulate to. So what do we have here? This is some sort of consolidation. Look at this. Just too good here. Style, I need you in block. Can that happen, please? Block. Martin Luther block. Marcus Garvey block. 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 Yeah. Anyway, we'll see. Daily fair value gap in here, bro. In here, so we can track this thing. See the OD. And I have to take a quick break. I will be right back to that daily fair value gap with all these good things. This is kind of taking up space, so I'm going to do that. 15 minute, 5 minute, 15. This right here is also a zone here. Now the thing is, if we are going bearish, previous day high, where's the previous day low? Then pretty much down here as well. You know, if we kind of break down, then I think we might be coming down here. Previous day. Let me pull up that daily again. Yep. These lows are which will be these lows. It's the next point to go to. If we keep being bullish, then probably we have these areas up here. I don't know why I feel like we're gonna go down, but my feelings mean nothing. This right here, if you see that gap, I'd say maybe a Beverly gap right there, but I wouldn't draw it because we've traded down and up. The balance range. Salome in the building. Did you get a trade today? Looks like we have a huge 5-minute situation over there. Wait a minute. Look at that. Did you get a trade here? Oh, what is this? 6:40 a.m. Let me see. Seems like we're breaking down, so before the EMAs line up, I do have some time. Let me pull up the other way. Oh, you lost the trade. Let me see. Breakout, no retest. And it just, I feel like this is why some people after it breaks out they just buy because of such days. 5 minutes, boom, let's go. Whoever was crazy enough to do such a thing, I wonder where they'll put a stop loss though. Anyway, it is what it is. Are you gonna look for another trade? Okay, go for it. Okay, I feel like I've marked so much. Volume. This is a high time frame, whatever. So we'll go back to the daily. We've taken out the previous day high into a daily PD array right there. Same thing with this guy. Previous day high right there. That sell side is the previous day low, which I think is what we'll be ending up with today. Previous day low. I don't need to see their mid-range, but why not? Analysis paralysis. Daily midpoint. Is the open of yesterday's kind of the open of yesterday's, no, the close of yesterday's candle is today's ES midpoint. No, really, just a few points away. A few points away. We'll catch another one, go for it. As of now, I have no trade. I need to see a few things line up and then I'll take the trade. I am suspecting, now that we've taken the previous day high. Wait, what am I doing here? Let me see this now. This guy is lying. Why are you lying on live? Previous day EQ is right here. That's good enough. right here is a good target. If we do get a trade, right here is enough points. 272, so that can be a quick. If I get in like 5 contracts, if we get here, I'll just close 4 and then leave a runner to see if we can get down here. Yep. I know that bias could be bullish, but yeah, I don't know why I feel like we have unfinished business here. Okay, no more markings. I need to go and look for bearish whatever. Got that sell side right there. SSL. Same thing here. I need to look for. Let me go here. We have time before everything lines up. The EMAs are now crisscrossing, so any bullish bias has now been suspended for me here for now. There's really nothing here on the daily. 4 hour, what would I be looking for? A previous place, just at the previous day EQ, we do have the 4 hour situation right there. 4 hour. I'll give it a different color. Why not? Sell side, sell side. Let's look at the 1 hour real quick. First of all, I marked this one wrong. This is the last down candle before we shot up, so it is a bearish something. This is bearish. Oh, what's you doing? La 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 la. And this would be the bullish whatever. So I will want to use this one. It looks good. My opinion. Grade 15. I like this one. So a closure with the 15-minute candle below here, I will think that now we can get a trade and use that area to maybe get down here. 15-minute. If we do not get a trade here, then I can look for a trade using this. There's another down candle here though. I'm not looking for. I'll push this to the side since it's a high time frame situation. Doesn't need to be on our face so much. 15-minute fair value gap right there. And if this fails, we can also use this here right there, whatever it will be used first. So sells right here, sells below here, and also this down candle. If not, there's a fair value gap here and below it looks like some clean traffic, at least from here to down here for 91 points. Yeah, we are breaking down quite harshly here. So let's see. Maybe we can get a quick one in and out. 15 minutes. Pull this over here. This is dirty. This is not yet confirmed. This one is, and we did retest with this up candle quite nicely. This is 15. Let me make sure I'm doing that right. 3 people watching. Hit the like button, please. Cold in here. Yo, if this thing can, so everything is right now is lined up. only for the EMAs and then a retest. That's the only thing left, because I can use this down candle as a breaker right there. So as a breaker, $560, 51,660. If I risk $300, if I lose, I'm going back to 51,360. If I get it, 51,200 and something. 52,200. But now, ain't no trade at the moment. But we'll just wait. So what is this? ES is now behind today, as this guy seems to be taking the lead. ES has no fair value gap. This one has. I'll draw it just to see how it's reacting around it. All this is clean traffic all the way up to here. Oh. EMAs. Here's another example of just using the breaker as an entry. So we confirmed it at 6:45 to the 7 candle. So this will be 7:02. That will be an entry. And I don't know why I'm afraid to just switch to this. I think I'm just, I don't know. And 1:2 in and out. Like I don't even have to leave the 15-minute time frame. We can just be here. See this a lot. In and out. You don't have to go to the lower time frames. 1:2. Using that breaker. Down, up, down. Confirmed with the body close. Sell limit right after, right at the whatever, the breaker, and then the stop loss above what you believe to be the breaker. Then go for 1:2. If you think it's gonna whatever, you can just do something like that. Or today is a perfect day to show this, so everything looks good. That high to that low. I could use the fibs for deviations. What's this whatever? Yeah, deviations from your entry point, or rather the low of the breaker. That's what I use, to the high, which will be the manipulation leg. The same distance to the other side. You could aim for just one symmetrical swing. The 1.5 is also a good target, but the 2 to 2.5 you want to get out. But in this case, there's something else down here. Plus, it's easy for me to do that because I can see it's coming down. Easy way to trade my strategy, honestly, without needing the 1 minute time frame. Because this right here is the most important step before I do take a trade. I don't know why I'm not switching to that. It's tough. Not really tough, but I have a drawdown to take care of. So this thing will just go without me. Hi, EMAs have a disadvantage, yo. This would be a good win today. Easy one, but it's all good. We'll keep waiting. Yo, look at that drop, man. Look at that drop. No major news. Maybe something must have happened. No more. The daily must be. The daily will reverse. That's a fact. I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud. Let me look at ES if it had just out of curiosity. Nothing. I will be switching my strategy soon. Well, not really switching the strategy, but trying to get in a little bit early. Oh, this one will be in and out. Yesterday would have been a loss though. All right, let's look for another zone now that we just closed. We've kind of confirmed a lot of them. This one here. So maybe use a bigger time frame. 14 more minutes to go. But with the 15, we got all these down candles. We traded below that 15-minute fair value gap. So I don't need to draw all of them, because the charts are gonna be untidy. So the thing is, if I just see a sell entry, I'll take it. I will take it. Take it. But this thing is dropping hard. So I wanted to get in a trade at least before we get to the EQ level here. At least before. I tend to think those are easy trades. But once we get to those high time frame levels, well, if we're still bearish, we do have this area too. So we could see something like this. Retest. Come on. And shoots up. Breaks down here. Retest. And then this previous day low could be a target too. This was a good one. We just took out the previous day high, traded to a daily fair value gap. People would say that was recently used as support. This is, look at this. If you look in the past, that's the gap right there. Used as support. Short up, we just broke down, and price came back to use the same area as reference for whatever. It's now acting as resistance. The daily candle is flipped. If I was a swing guy, that would be an entry at the open price. Stop loss maybe up here or whatever, and then aim for these lows. Maybe even for some whatever. I then give it a few days. But me not a swing trader. What if let's say I wanted to take that trade, let me see, 314 points with the smallest contracts I can take. Stop loss, why is it not showing? Trading, profit and loss, positions. execution marks. 670 would be the risk with the smallest contract I can take. So the other thing maybe is to wait for, looking at this structure here is where we did get some sort of support. Maybe wait for price to maybe trade through and then use the same area as well. I did mention that already. Support, maybe use the same area as resistance to keep shooting down. I think this is still some clean traffic here. I still think that actually all the way up to somewhere this low. There's like an imbalance right there on the 15-minute. Just before that previous day low. So yeah, this is still clean traffic in my opinion. So let's just be patient. I think we might get something like this. All right. And if we still don't get nothing, it's all good. Now something is bothering me. I feel like this is too much. Let me see if this will look better. This will just let me know that there's a breaker right about there. Sells. 15-minute breaker low. And another one up top. So. And another one here. That looks even more dirty. That looks even more unclean now. Oh, let's make this smaller. Maybe it will look better. Yeah. Party breaker low. Ooh, nice. Oh, I'm bored. This is why I'm doing all this marking, so might end up with some Christmas vibes over here. What was this? This is a 15-minute situation. Now inverted. If I was scalping, I would look for some evidence, anything to buy and kind of, you know, trail this, go back with this somehow. Maybe go to a 15 seconds time frame. Or not. So if I was trading the 15 seconds time frame today, this will be my entry here. Kind of a nice way to get in a trade early, but you also get smoked fast. So I think the 1 minute for now is a good one, but when we start playing around, no having to worry about drawdown, then the 15-second time frame is good. Quick trades. This will be the next one here. I should mark it to why not. I would call it 30 minutes. Break a low, low, the discount low. Looking at the 15 minutes. Yeah. Yep, that would be a good scalp, because it does look like it's going to retrace a little bit maybe before going further, if it's going to go further. And it did get to that 15 minute did I mark it right? I need to mark it right there. 188 points. Ooh. ES did get to this level gap here, and now Nasdaq is already in here. ES still hasn't. All this is not necessary, but just like to have fun here. That was the first section to be used. Salome, did you get a trade with that breakdown? With that whatever? With that move to the downside? Excuse me. Yo, so the daily candle on ES has not yet flipped. This one did. The daily candle is, oh wait a minute, never mind. So bulls are still not really struggling, giving in a fight, but they're fighting a losing battle. This is very, very, very attractive. Very, very, very attractive. If this is not taken today, then maybe tomorrow. But who knows? Who knows? That's a swing low forming right there. I could just. But this right here. So 1, 2, 3 would be this one. This might be something I've heard from ICT some time ago. Again, I'm saying that with a lot of I might be wrong. But it's just something about When the lows start get taken out, it do it at least three lows. 1, 2, 3. I might as well just do this. Bruh, this is what I want to see, but up here. Otherwise, hungry. Equal lows, equal relative equal lows right there. Some more over here, and then some more right here. Let's look at ES. Shift. Yes. ES is just about to have a good one. A mini DAO or US 30. And now you don't even have to really come here, just space to go down and then shift space to go back up. So if I hit space, it takes me to ES. Shift space brings me back here. There's not so many of them. This is one of the disadvantages of this or whatever strategy. Is on such days you might not get a trade, even though you have the direction right, your targets that you're looking for, but simply because it doesn't retrace back to 50, you don't get the trade, man. It is what it is. Something about these triangles now, we've seen them, you know, rise getting squeezed and then breaks down. Money. Again, if you look closely, there's another one forming here. This needs to be a little bit steep. There you go. Kind of squeeze in, squeeze, and then choose a side. Again, this can be manipulated too, so it's not like a, because you can do that and then come back, retest, and it's not like it's straightforward too. Let me draw this one too for fun, since the brother here is getting bored. two trend lines forming, and then they're trading towards each other. If I may say that. And I feel like that right there can be like a good strategy, honestly. If you just want to get in, get a few points, get out, just wait for the breakout, enter. Might work. Never know. You never know. Look at another one here. Check out. Okay, let me see this one real quick. I know too many drawings. I know. But look at this. I'll go for the. Let's say that's the first one I saw. What am I doing? Bruh. Breakdown goes up, comes down before it decides. Finally goes up. Yo, whatever. So we are at the daily open. The open price is kind of where we are right now. I have to mark it. Why not? We are bored here. Oh, I'm not bored. Just waiting. Daily open. Right there. The current day open price. So if you're bearish, you want to look for a sell when it's way up here. So you can really get to, because that's really like the main goal. One of the main goals I have in my trading, whatever journey, is to get in on those, on the daily, not really the daily time frame, but use the daily time frame to get in on trades, and then just wait for the expansion. For example, on a day like this, if I'm bullish, I wait for the open, then I wait for manipulation. When it gets back to the open price, then to be in that trade, and then just ride that expansion. So let's say on this day I was bullish, I'll wait for the open, then wait for it to, for price to manipulate. That will be the open low, and then wait for it to start coming up. Whatever evidence I get, let's say on the lower time frame, like the 15-minute, that it's going up, boom, I want to engage in that trade. On this day, probably would have been a loser. So on such days, I make a lot of money though, but maybe the challenge would be, when does it start? During Asia, during London, during New York? Where does... Yeah, so probably would use maybe a 1 hour breaker, maybe, or a 15-minute. So if we're bullish, wait for it to start trading down, then on the way up, any 15-minute break I see, my entry is gonna be there, and we ride. Let me see if I can actually backtest one day here. I might miss on a trade doing too much, because I am bearish. If we touch this area, and I'm already seeing like a trend line I'm in. So this triangle we broke, we went up, we won that strategy, which is a flimsy one. That will be a breakout from the triangle, and then maybe look for some. I'd still want to trade it with what the trend is doing, so I'd rather take shorts than longs in this situation here. So okay, we do get the point. I will take that out. I'm seeing a trend line form here. If we can go up a little further, that stop loss is huge, yo. 160, 150. But then again, that means that, you know, we can do at least 150 points going down. Oh, my brother. 15-minute situation here. Okay, let's go see if there's any new PDRs that have formed. What is this? We can push that to the side. We do have a new situation here. And there's also another one here that we could also use. Bruh. Too many drawings. Gray 15. That right there, currently being used as resistance. Let me look at the 30-minute. All people watching, looking for a trade here, not yet found a clean signal. This is a huge stop loss, 160. I wonder if I was to take that trade, what it would add order. Stop loss 350. Ooh. 350. Looking for 700. Another squeeze right there. Yeah, this one will be easier for me to take than breaking out upwards. And I am hungry. How do you guys handle when you have to wait for a trade and it's taking long? How do you handle it? How do you handle it? Yeah, that would be easier for me to take if that was my strategy. It would have to be in line with the trend so far. Unfortunately, my brother cannot get in on a trade. So I really did want to get on a trade up here and just be done before these areas here. 4-hour fair value gap or a CB, whatever. in here where we recently used it as support before we shot up like this, and then the previous day EQ is right about there. Again, as I said, if we're still bearish, which I think we will keep going down, then I'm gonna look for trades probably maybe when we retest this area. If we do and I get a signal, then I will look to see if we can get to this previous day low level here. It looks like it's one of those days where it takes the previous day high and then goes and takes the previous day low. It really does look like that. And then there's this relative equal lows down here, which I think we will take them. ES has them showing very clearly. And yep. ES looks like it's gonna get there before Nasdaq. We could be reversing now. Maybe that could be the high of the season. And we'll just see lower prices moving forward. Maybe. I'm not picking a top. I do have a strategy that helps me with not picking up tops. It's the worst thing you could do for yourself. Trying to pick tops and bottoms. Alright, we just touched the previous day EQ level. How many points have I watched? How many points? 300 points. 350. And there's nothing I could do about it. This is one of those days where you just, for fear of missing out, you just go in and it works for you. The problem is the brain does not forget, so you come back the following day and try to do the same nonsense. And it might work for you again, but eventually FOMO is FOMO. Hey ma. La 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 la. Hey, hey. Salome, I'm curious, did you get a trade with your 15-minute ORB? Probably looked good today. Maybe a fake out to the upside, but how many points are those? 70 points, 80 points. Probably there's someone that is more than enough. And then to the downside, that's a nice breakout. Yep. ORB is king, as they say. Previous day high, traded to some PDRA. That breakout is valid. Now that it's worked. I don't think we're coming back here. So what I'm going to do is let's clean up these charts here. But then I like to see when I journal what I was looking at, so let me just leave it. What I was looking at as the trade was forming, so I can kind of look at that triangle, look at the breakout to the downside. That would be a good strategy if, on such days I wouldn't trust the breakout to the upside, but to the downside with the trend, I can confidently say it works. Now that I have two evidences. Which mean nothing in future trades, because all situations are different. Okay, see how this thing is dropping. Are you supposed to know such days where we can just get in? Emails are too far, y'all. This is where we're heading to, but it did not give us a chance to enter. What a day. What a day. What a day. Alright, ES looks like it's gonna get there before NQ. Previous week low. It already took out the... Okay. NQ still hasn't taken out the previous week low. S&P has. But I think the higher you go in time frames, the more impaired they will be. So I don't think that's like a big deal. Previous week low. Look at this drop, yo, and I'm not in that drop. So this was a good chance right here, but I don't think that retracement was good enough. I needed to at least get close to 50 if it won't touch 50. And again, as I say, this is one of the disadvantages of this system, is that when we are kind of, you know, one-sided, it doesn't need to retrace this much. The 16 is usually enough, and I don't have that is not back tested, like how this thing perform if I just use the 16. It would have more losses but also more wins, but with the drawdown I have, that would be risky. If I take 4 losses in a row, my drawdown is done. 5, I'm out. So, well, depending on how much drawdown I have 1600. So divide by 200 to 250, maybe 6 times, 6 tries. This would not survive. There's a high probability, if I just use the 16 as the entry, to lose 6 trades in a row, and also a high probability to win 6 trades in a row. That's my baby crying. So, we are. Let's just keep being patient. We might get a trade. I would like to see a retracement though before we get down here. Before even ES gets down there, can we get a retracement? Can I retest this area and then resume? Price, please, 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 please. And this is also like there's a breaker over there, like a last down candle before we shot up. This right here. If not, we can still look for another others. This down candles here. This one, which is pretty much near to that previous day low, it can still be used. How many points are those? 150 points. So yeah, we still have potential to get in on a trade. So let's just be patient here. All we want is just a little bit of that huge piece of meat. A little meat off the bone. I just need to make sure. Is it 50? Okay. Maybe change to 70. Yeah, I'm still here. Moloko and Prof are missing today. Well, Prof did say he's gonna be away for 3 days. Bro, keep going, keep going, keep going. We do have a trend line, at least. So the only thing, and then we do have a lot of breakers. All I need is just to see a retracement. If it's not gonna touch the 50, at least get close. And then the 4 hour, I would say it's not yet inverted. For me, it would have to be inverted when the 4 hour candle closes. But yes, when the 4 hour candle closes, that will be officially inverted for me. For now, I think it can still be used validly. That's just like saying we cannot wait for, no, it's the previous PD, whatever. Whatever. And then we have that half point that can offer some resistance too. So I do like that section. 3, if I would say 3 PD arrays or 3 levels, 3 things. The EQ level, therefore our fair value gap or a CB or a gap, and the 50-minute last down candle, which I interpret as a breaker. These last 2 down candles here. But this guy is so much in a hurry, could care less about your retracements, and he just wants to keep going. Let me put in RSI. Did we get to overbought, oversold? Look at that, oversold right here. So sell. Shoo, and the money. Now, how do you tell them that RSI doesn't work? You would still need to have your bias. You would still need to have your bias right, because this is overbought. So someone is buying here. In a downtrend, these zones will always fail. But I think if you have your bias right, this should work. Hey, this is one of the lies that I listened to when I was starting. Overbought, sell, oversold, buy. Loss. If I was to go back and I have to trade RSI like someone told me, I think I would do the opposite. When it gets here, I would sell. When it gets to oversold, I would just sell. And then overbought, I would buy. Just do the opposite, because the win rate was not good. So just flip the script. Overbought. Right here, let me see how it looks like. Overbought, so you want to sell. It did go up. Buy. Overbought. Buy. Oversold. Sell. Oh, In this case, a buy would work. Anyway, whatever, man. I was just remembering. What else did I ever use the RSI for? For divergence. To find divergence. How do I? I have it looking like this. No, I didn't need the middle, and then the RSI field. There you go. So look for RSI divergence. In this case, price is going up here. RSI shows that we're going up, but price is doing the opposite. So you're like, something is off, something ain't right. So what would I do here? I think this is what was called hidden divergence, I think. How would I trade this? I would wait for a low to be broken, and then I'll take the high to the low and get in on 0.62 for sell. But this just showed that prices will keep going down. I think so. Hidden divergence. Actually, you've passed a pro form whatever challenge, trading divergence, and then phase 2 I switched up the strategy and it failed. I don't know what was going on. It was a good one. Let me see if I can find it. Using 1 hour zones, 1 hour ranges combined with RSI. When the market is ranging on a 1 hour time frame at least, oh, it worked super fire. It worked so well. Let me see if I can find it. Just to pass time here. 25. Here we go. Patience, patience, patience. Okay, let me show you that strategy. It works. So this was a 25k. I was with Smart Pro Trader. I like that pro form, but closed. This was quite interesting. Look at phase 1. Can you see this? I passed in 13, 14, 7, 4 days. 13, 14, 17, maybe 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. And then for some reason I changed the strategy. Did I win? I ended up losing it. But these times I would take so many, I don't know. Like this is a single day I took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 trades. And the 7 trades were taken in between 11:43 a.m. to 12:48 within an hour. 7 trades. Anyway, this was back in 2023. It's all good. But let me show you the RSI thing. So I would wait for the previous 1 hour to be traded either above or below. Then I'd wait for divergence between price and RSI. I would wait for some break of structure, and then I'll put my fib up here to down here. Whatever low is created, then enter at 0.62. Let's see what happened here. So let's look at this one. So divergence, so take the lowest low between the the divergence. Like this is a high and a high and a higher low on RSI, then the lowest low in between is what I would wait for break of structure. Then whatever low is established, when it starts to retrace, I would get in at 0.62, and I think I did modify it to 0.56 because I was missing some trades that got to that 0.5 but never got to 0.6. So it's like, let me get the middle of the two or whatever, and then set and forget, yo. And this is what it would do. And what would I aim for? I don't know, maybe some previous something. Let me show you another example here. 1 hour range, wait for it to be traded either up or below, then I'd wait for divergence. That would be my signal that we are reversing a break of structure, or in this case the highest high in between the divergence points. Body close. After that happens, I'm waiting for evidence of retracement. I'll take that high to this low, then wait for that 0.62 area to get in on a trade. There we go. Set and forget. I don't know if it was 2.5 or 1:2, but ideally I would want it to get to the other whatever. Still no trade. Yeah, man. I need this to retrace to the 50. Well, before we do get to that previous day low level, we'll see. So if I can't get a trade this morning, I'll try to look for one in the afternoon. I wonder what it will look like. But it is usually it's good, man, to get a trade on such trending days. You get filled, your TP hits real quick. Keep waiting. Let's look at some more examples. Let me look at this one. So what was this? What was TRD? An SMT. So my SMT then I would either look and I was trading US30. So it will be either SMT between NAS or between US30 and Nasdaq, or US30 and US 500. And then I don't know what happened. I changed the strategy, bro. Decided to do other things, and the reason why I still couldn't switch and be like, yo, this is not working, let's go back to what worked, I have no idea. You can see I was using the 1 minute time frame. Then on this day I used the 5 minute time frame, and it worked so well. And then my brain just switched, and it's something different too. Started incorporating, I think, micros and what else, and then it worked so well, so I was like, oh, maybe that's what I need to start doing now. And then that decline just started. Phase 2, which would be easier, ended up going for 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks, 5 weeks. Now I know what happened. I was just frustrated with the progress, so I was like, you know what, yeah, so that can never happen again, never. And then of course here it's hopeless. And boom. What is FST, bro? Already you've changed the strategy now. This is why it's good to journal, so so this is 2023, so I can now go back and see where my mentality was. Now this strategy right here is good, but I noticed that it works so well when price is ranging. Like, see, this is consolidation pretty much. These are 1 hour 1 hour ranges on the 1 minute time frame. You see, it's consolidating, works so well in such conditions. But when it's trending, it gives you a signal to go down, takes you out. A signal to go down takes you out. Signal to go down takes you out. That's why I think I kind of had to let it go. let me see if there's something else. So then see how it's I was using the 1 hour whatever, what was it, 1 hour zones. So I thought, how about if I just use 15-minute zones? Where's the other one that worked so well, but then I messed it up when I finally got funded. Where is it? Okay, we might be getting something here. Coming to retest this area, maybe. Too steep for me. Yes, looks like a better deal. Let's see what the 1 hour looks like. 16. Now the only thing I don't like is now the distance from where my entry will be and where the 100 EMA is at currently. 273 is just too much. So if it comes and closes down here, I might not be taking this trade. 276 to look for 300 points. Not bad, but still that risk would be so much. Too big. 276. Don't even have to do that. Yeah. Create a limit order. That was always $500. Ain't no way I'm taking this trade. It's not gonna work. 500 is too much to risk. Yeah, I'm getting cold. The returns, you know, is good, but I am currently worried about how much I'm losing. I need to survive. I need to survive in this whatever. So I'll need a better deal. Maybe get another swing low and then use that one as the entry. Even though I do like using the farthest one for an entry. So maybe wait, they can maybe stay in here a little bit for the 100 EMA to get closer, and then we can use that. Or I could still get in, I'm just too afraid, and then just have the stop loss where I can take it. Let me do this. Maybe my entry will be somewhere here. Add order. We are selling limit. Okay, you can go, thank you. And have it somewhere where I can. So how much do I want to risk? I want to risk less than 250. So then my stop loss would have to be somewhere here. And looking at structure, we break down. That would not be a good place for stop loss. It needs to be at least above this high. 393 again is a lot. So I might have to miss on this. I have to stay disciplined. I can't go back to that nonsense I was doing back in the day. 25k. So we're kind of getting some sort of, you know, retest here or breakdown. The other thing I could do is maybe use these 2 down candles as an entry. Use that breakup maybe on the 1 minute and then have my stop loss above this high here, 162 points, which is still a lot. 319. Okay, not bad. Let's see if we can get down here. The thing that if I get taken out, I'll be like, yo, that is not in your plan, so why did you take that trade? Blah blah blah. So I do not want any internal conflicts. Not after waiting for 80 days. We can wait for 80 more days. I do not care. So let's just follow the plan and everything will be okay, I think. So let's just keep waiting. So if this breaks down, I'm not interested. And you might as well go and hit the TP. That risk is not something I can take. 460. I only have $1,600 in drawdown, so this will be stupid to take that trade. It could win too anyway, but not worth the risk for me. Okay. Well, man, maybe we'll get a good trade in the afternoon. I was gonna show you this right here was, what was this like? Again, past phase one. This is CFD, but they're looking for 10%, 8%, I think, at the time. What is 1760 divided by 2500? I think it was 8%. Risking this one, I risk 2.6%. Huh? It works so nicely. What was this? Whatever, like 15 minutes. No, it was still the 1 hour zones. No, I went to 30 minute zones to get trades faster. And then I think here I changed the strategy again, started adding a lot more things. I did pass, but it ended up taking me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks. 5 weeks. And on a day like this, I did take a lot of trades. Gamblance, numbness, multiple emotional trades taken, blinded the in-plan setups that presented as shown in the notes. I didn't even journal them. I started just playing around. And then after all that, getting emotional, you sit back, then go back and look at, the trades that you were supposed to take according to the plan. But this time was also like a setup would form, but then I'm like, no, there's no way that would work. No way that can work. And then I'll just watch it go without me. Yeah, should have listened to Mark Douglas back then. You don't know what price will do. Once you see your signal, take it. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's just say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trades that I didn't see because it's all good. What else? And I used to add on trades a lot. That kind of helped. Let's see one of them here. These are multiple trades I took. Or add-ons. Anyway, let's go back to price and see what's going on. Nothing's going on. So that would be an entry right there, but the stop loss is just too huge. I cannot afford it. It is not affordable. 438. Not affordable. But if it gets to 1:2, that deal will be amazing. So I'll let it run. That will be a $900 trade if this works. Should I take it? Should I hit sell? No, never. Never, ever, ever, never. Alright, if it gets to 9 and I still don't have a trade, I'll come back in the afternoon, see if I could get something. Amazing opportunities here, but the retracement just didn't get to the 50 level there. 183, 150, close to 300, 1:2 would have been a good trade there. Okay, let's look at some, let's look at ES. What did ES do? ES was close enough. ES was close enough and that breakout was good. 33, but once we get to this previous day lows, then we might get some retracement there. But then again, we don't know. 1, 2, 337 is, so maybe we would have taken ES for one micro, looking for 1:2, looking for 300. I'll leave that just to see if it works. Dow, oof. Dow has a good one. I don't trade this one. This is just a guy with his own mind. That's a trend line enough. And then the signal was right here, so let me just draw and see. What if I trade this one? What is the risk parameters look like? $80, 81, wow, 60, 244. So in terms of risk, this look like they're much better. And Q could be the biggest one. 244. I haven't looked at gold today. Let me see. Micro gold futures. I like these trades where everything lines up and then immediately a retest and it starts to go away. See that? Lines up, immediate retest. Breakout will be that little candle right there. You can wait for a better candle. I think for me that's fine. Maybe this one here. But once we close below that 10 trend line, bruh, that's it. Take it or leave it. 1:2 real quick. Okay. It is what it is. All right, I think I'm done with this right here. This was kind of a risky way of trading, man, but it worked. When it worked so well. So 30-minute ranges, just wait for the previous range to be taken out, and then whatever swing high that was left before, that will be my entry. Anyway, those were the days. I'm on that trade. Yep, it looks good. It looks like a good trade. I hope it works. We are heading for the previous day low. That would be a good target. But ES is just about to get to the previous day low. But I think NQ will catch up. And then, if you look at the daily, there is like what? It does like to take at least 3 lows, if I may say that. So 1, 2, 3. So this low could also be like a candidate. So the previous day low is right there. The previous week low is also right there. So yep, I think that thing is going to work. I didn't take it because all daily low. I didn't take it because the risk would have been too high for me. And I just left it alone. And it's okay. Where did you enter? Like, what's the entry price? What was your entry price? This is what I had a problem with, being okay with letting a trade go without you. This is something I had a huge problem with, but right now I could care less. If I'm in that, I would have loved to be in the trade, but it's not like it's the only trade in the world. There's gonna be a lot more others. A lot more others. There's gonna be other trades. And I think that is what adds up to FOMO. Fear of missing out. And FOMO becomes a problem when you get on a trade early that you're not supposed to be in, and then it ends up working. Bruh. A trend of that trend line on the downside. Okay, nice. And where's your stop loss? Maybe I should have taken that trade, right? Could have made $900 today. Fear of missing out. Everything look good, yo. Everything looks so nice. 450 probably would be up 450 right now as we speak. It's all good, man. It's all good. So we'll have to journal that I couldn't take the trade because the risk was too much. With the lowest contract that I could use. So this will be an advantage maybe to trade on ES or Dow, or it will be best to trade on the CFDs, because I believe that will be a trade right there. Probably would be like a 0.25 maybe 0.1 something. All right, previous day low, just as we had analyzed and kind of thought it would get there, but it worked without me, and I should be okay with that. That should not affect my coming trades, because this is just one situation and it is what it is. So ES has taken the previous week low. So man, I think we're back to, you know, taking out the previous day high or low and then going towards the other side. I feel like there's a season where you don't see that, and then there's a season you see a lot of that. So maybe we could be in that season now, meaning we could see some ranging too. If now we take out today's low tomorrow, and then go take out the high, that will be in a consolidation, giving some consolidation vibes. Which will be hurtful for, I don't know. Finally get a signal, but we still can't get in because the risk is too much. Wow. Yo, maybe I should have used now that I'm looking on hindsight. Where's the 15? Maybe I should have used the 15-minute entry right there. And then have the, whatever, on top of the breaker. Like that. The zone, let's go back to the 1 minute. Maybe, just maybe, but we didn't even touch it anyway. We did not touch it, so unless I put the entry a little bit lower. Stop loss will be 73 points, so maybe 2 micros, and go for 1:2 in out real quick. Salome, where's your take profit, or you just gonna ride it? Where's our sell side, eh? Right here. I think we will get down here. We'll see. Right here would be, if I was holding on this trade, I would probably get right now, just, you know, get I would close a huge chunk, or maybe just wait for that previous day low. But once we take that 80% is out, then kind of wait to see if we'll get to that sell side. So this is the first low, the other one, this is one day, the other day, and then another day here, if I'm not right in terms of, it will tend to take 3 lows, 1, 2, 3, and that thing is fractal too. It will also happen on lower time frames. Is this the hour or the daily? I don't need to 60. Okay. The day I stop moving around like this, I'll know I've matured a little bit more. I have to keep moving. Yeah. I have to keep moving my charts. It has become a behavior. This was the entry, y'all, right there. One is to two. It really looked good to just have my stop loss up here. The thing is, if that thing came and took me out, yeah, I would blame myself. I'll be like, yo, that was not in line. So it's all good. Quick 1 is to 2 right before that previous day low. Or maybe above the breaker. 200 points. Oh, plus this thing is now closer. I think the whatever was $300. 200 I think would have been affordable. Sell. No, still expensive. 422. Not with 1600 drawdown. No way. So I'm gonna have it like this and then just see, you know, 1 is to 2. Looking at 1.56. Virtual. This right here is virtual. A break of that because it was not like my A plus setup. I took the TP early. I should have waited for the previous day low, but it's all good. Easy to say because it just touched the previous day low right now. Congratulations on the win. Congratulations. Alright, so I will be back to see if I can catch something in the afternoon. I wonder what that would look like. I just wonder, or should I just call it a day? I wonder what that would look like. Again, I still don't know why I'm afraid of taking the 15-minute breaker trades. They would have worked so well the whole of last week. Yesterday would have been a winner. Today would have been a good winner. I don't know why I am. Wait a minute. Yep. If I use this guy right here, look at that touch. Confirmation with this candle, then that touched. Stop loss just above that. Just 1 is to 2. Get in, get out. Again, this would bother me if I got out early, like with the 1 is to 2, and then it kept on going like this. That would really bother me. And then I come back, try to do the same thing on the following day. Get a 1 is to 2, 1 is to 3, 1 is to 4. Still waiting for such things to happen, and then it reverses and takes you out after seeing for 5 hours. Just because you saw, you know, it was, yeah, you gotta journal those things, man, so you don't get to do the same mistakes over and over again. Wow, what a trade, man. From the previous day high range to the previous day low. Just traded the whole range. Oh, nice. Unfortunately, we couldn't take part, but it's all good. 922 points from one range to the other. Wow. And today's range is, we're looking at 1,000 plus and still going. EMAs. Let's look at the 15 seconds. It probably has multiple trades. Not really. One here, another one here, and here. This one would have been a loss, and then this is how much bearish it was. Like on the 15 seconds, still didn't retrace to the 50. The 16 was fine. It just, wow. What switch would I take to, you know, take care of such days while still being, you know, careful? What set of, you know, of elements would I need to be like, yo, we don't need a retracement to the 50? That's gonna be the big question. The structure checks out. We got like a good strong bias. So why is this stopping me from engaging? That is the question here. Designed to confirm the trend and momentum as well. But it seems like when the momentum is a little bit high, we're not really getting that retracement. So how would we engage in such situations? That will be the next meditation, and probably will come up with a solution while not compromising the integrity of of the current strategy. Well, anyway, we did get a signal here. It was too expensive for a brother. I don't think I'm gonna wait for 9 a.m. I'm just close here. Salome got in on a trade and made something. That's good. She got in on Salome. She got in on a break of this trend line and a quick scalp. At what price point did you get out, if I may ask? The previous day low would have been a very good target. I wonder if I would still hold for full 1:2. I wonder. For people watching, not saying much, wasn't able to get in on a trade. It was just too much one-sided, too in a hurry to get into one place. So we'll have to, I don't know what I'll do other than just get in. Again, coming soon is, I won't need to go below the 15-minute time frame, which is very much possible. Actually, looking back to what I have here, I might just need to start from the daily with my analysis and just stop at the 15-minute. And pretty much that would be just all I need. Unless maybe trying to use maybe like this section here and I don't get a feel, or I don't know. The only disadvantage would be the zone to form and then put my stop loss just above the zone, in this case above the 15-minute, what I think is a breakup, and then price sometimes will come up and then take you out and resume. So in this case, on the 1 minute, that would have, using the EMAs, that would not have taken you out, and you probably get in on a good trade now. That would be the disadvantage. Otherwise, on days where it just does something like what it did here, touch, like the last week, that worked so well, and yesterday also, and now today. I just don't want to switch the trading styles in the middle of what I'm doing, and gonna have to wait to finish this with just one strategy, one setup style, and then we'll make changes later, especially when we have like enough drawdown. I can even do 2 trades, the 15-minute one and then go down and wait for the 1-minute one. But for now, man, the drawdown we have is not allowing us to do much. So a little patience and we'll get there. We will get there. Hopefully we will get there. Salome, I'm curious to know like where you got out before I close the stream. So I didn't get a trade this morning. I'll be back at 11:30 to 12 my time. I'll try get early. I'll try get here early. At least 15 minutes before 12 at least. Or should be set up and ready to go. And then see if we can get an expansion of that 12 p.m. candle. The thing is, yesterday nothing happened. I don't want to say I tend to see like 1 or 2 days doing the same thing tends to be the same thing for a few more days, if I'd say that. But I'll still show up and see if there could be anything. Because it just consolidated yesterday. Probably if I had a CFD account, I would have made some money because after the market opened, it shot down. But with FundedNext, forces your trades to be closed by 110. If you don't do it, they'll do it for you. Oh, yep. They'll close that trade for you at 110 my time, 310 their time, 310 Central Time, CT. I believe CT is Central Time. $28,991. Yo, that is. Okay. I'm not thinking price profit level. Here. 28,991.1. Did I get that right? Yep. Okay. Trading something different, CFD. Oh. La 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 la. Let's look for you. Let's go. It would still be different anyway, depending on which broker you have. But 28,991 would be somewhere here. Let's see. 28,991. Somewhere right there. Looks the same to me. With the CFD. Looks the same to me. 1, 2, 3. The third fair value gap. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Around the same area. So 180 points. That's good. Not bad. So I have to journal this, man. I have to write that down. Today's day 84. I haven't journaled yesterday. I will. I was looking at M&Q. Let me take the screenshot of what I've been looking at. It doesn't look so clean, but it is what it is. And then I'll end the stream here. Looks good. That's okay. Yeah, ma. So what will I write? What do we write here? I would say for me a clear bias formed, but couldn't get on a trade at the beginning of the decline. Yeah, just write it. Making clear trend. Jesus Christ. My timing needs to be filled. Okay, just give it a second. Clear trend. No. Okay. I should have journaled when I was thinking of what to write. Now that I want to write. Oh, under. Oh, wonder. Would I... Okay. So when I'm logged out of the current whatever, then I realize I can add some more instruments here. But now it's like I can't see anything on few. Wait a minute. On indices, I can't see nothing because I'm logged in on the TradeOvate platform. But when I log out, then I can add some more instrument. That explains why I'm able to go see this CFD here, even though it's not a futures. So I'll be sure to add on, so when you share your trades, I can precisely look at them, look at the trades. Okay, I'll say this. I want to write some more, just do this so I can go. And then finally, got a clean entry, but co-linked engage because the trade was too expensive. Did I write that right? The trade was too expensive, so had to let it go. Finally got a clean entry, but couldn't engage because the trade was too expensive, so I had to let it go. It's too expensive in terms of, let me just be more clear, in terms of stop loss distance. For only one micro contract. So I had to let it go. Let me say how much it was. $400. I think it was like $450. We just pull some dollar sign. In terms of the stop loss distance, which was we just write that down. 228 points. So we'll just do 220 points. 228 points, just to be clear. Only micro contracts, not to let it go. Okay, it finally got a clean trade but couldn't engage because the trade was too expensive in terms of stop loss distance. Okay, or maybe I'd say with regards to the stop loss distance. And then I'll say drawdown at this point was 16, only 1600, so that was no way 1600, 1661. So in future, when I have like a 6-figure account, I'll just come back and look at this and be like, oh wow, we've come a long way. But I have a multiple 6-figure account where such an issue cannot be an issue, and we can just look back in time and be like, wow, look at where we come from, look at where we came from. Okie doke. This right here is where I think we might get like a major reversal in terms of previous day lows. This is the first one. The second one, it will tend to do 3, and that is fractal by the week. It will tend to do 3 of them. So this is where I'm thinking it's gonna get down here. So if I was in this trade, I would still hold. I would hold up to here. All right, 5 more minutes and then I'll close the stream. We'll come again in the afternoon, see if I can get something. Unfortunately, couldn't engage. If I was only trading a price action, this right here would be a nice area to get in. Previous day high into like another PD area right there, break of something. What would I trade though on a smaller time frame? Why are you lying? Why are you lying? I do wish we'd have gotten like a nice retracement here. That would have been nice. But it is what it is. 1 day is not going to affect me. Would have a while ago, a few years ago, this would have been. I probably would have made money because I would have entered for fear of missing out. I would have taken that trade in actually multiple entries. And that's how I used to blow my accounts, because this would work so well, and then I'll come back the following day and try to do the same thing. There we go. 1:2 will be just about to get hit on this virtual entry. Unfortunately, couldn't get in on it. Boom. $400 was too much for a brother to lose. Now I'm wishing I would have taken it. Let's go look at ES. ES finished as well. Who else did I set up a trade? Gold. E-mini Dow finished the setup as well. Did I set up anything on gold? I don't know. Yes. Oh, this was kind of what I was looking at already. So, yep. The only one that didn't get a trade was me. I'm just saying, if that makes any sense at all. All right, look at that. Wow, $900. $900. Too expensive. Let me make sure. $458. Aish, that's too much, yo. That would have been 900, close to 1,000. Let me make it a little bit more dramatic. We'll do call out. Do something like this. Missed trade. Too expensive. I'll take that as a screenshot for now. Right about there. And the rest looks good. Oh, this is kind of where I think this guy is going, so okay, that's a good representation, and I could always come back and check it out. But no, I've gotta save this one too. Without the drama. So I can see why. Can I not see both of them? Comma. I should be able to. Whatever, man. It's 9:02, so I'm gonna end it here. This was kind of where I thought we'll get to. But right before that sell side, I think there's some. What? Nothing. Okay. Honestly, I don't really think it was a big deal not getting in on this trade, but I would have loved to get in on this trend, on this whatever decline. It was just too good, man. It was too good, but unfortunately I didn't get a trade with the system that I have as of now, and it's all good. It's really all good. I'll come back again in the afternoon, see if I can get something. Oh yeah. Again, the only opportunity was just too much. A $450 loss for the lowest micro contract I can take. Would have been good, not that it won't, but if it took me out, yeah, that's just too big of a risk. With only $1,600 done to go, yeah, that help. No way. No way. All right, so I'll do this closing scripture right there. Salome did get in on a trade, the breakout of the trend line, and then got out somewhere here. So just a quick scalp. So congratulations. All right, so see you at 11:30 to. I should be here by 11:45. So get ready for that 12 p.m. candle expansion. Hopefully we do get a trade then. We do get a trade. Then been here since 7, at least 6:45, 6:50. 2 hours. I need to get a refresher, a break. You're welcome, Salome. Thank you for engaging with us, and I'll see you on the next one. So So the closing scripture right there. I see 4 people watching. It's silent, but it's all good. Thank you for the engagement. I do appreciate you all for coming here. It is fun to do this stuff. It is fun. It is fun. It is fun. And I'd rather do this than just stay here trading by myself. It's boring. Yep. All right. Closing scripture right there. Jude 1:25. To the only God, our Savior, through Jesus Christ, our Lord, be glory, majesty, dominion, and authority before all time and now and forevermore. To the only God, our Savior, through Jesus Christ, our Lord, be glory, majesty, dominion. Glory, majesty, dominion, and authority. Glory, majesty, dominion, and authority. I feel like those are 1, 2, 3, 4 things that just have a topic by itself. Like, what is glory? How much can you go into that? Same thing with majesty, same thing with dominion, same thing with authority. This is a verse that is packed with so much, man. If this would be unpacked, it would be a whole multi-thousand pages. To the only God, our Savior, through Jesus Christ, our Lord, be glory, majesty, dominion, and authority before all time, and now, and forever. Amen. Word of us. All right. See you at 11:30 to 11:45. Myra Capital, and I'm out. Peace.